Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
A SAP installation is very easy task, not very difficult, but not accessible for everyone because SAP installation will be done on the server side. We have two types of SAP installation, clients installation as well as software server installation. Server installation is typical part. In server installation, we have to check a lot of things. Those things we are going to discuss now. We have two types of installation here. First is client software installation. Client software installation. My screen is visible. Yes, it is visible. The SAP installation, client software installation individually on each end user, PC on each end user or in laptop or PC. We have to install the client software. That is very easy. This software is known as SAP GUI. This software can be installed on the client machine which want to access SAP server. For installation of client software, there is nothing is much requirement. 4 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM and we can say 4 GB of hard disk is required. That is it. And you can install this software and the installation time will take. The software size is around 121 GB. Software size is around 1.1 GB and the time will take around maybe below 5 minutes. Below 5 minutes this software will be installed. Very easy. I will show you how to install this software. Client machine. On the client machine we have to install the SAP GUI software, SAP Graphical User Interface. And another software is AP Server software or SAP Server. SAP Server software, that is SAP System ID, and it is shared across multiple users. To install this software, we require the server operating system. You cannot install SAP Server on Windows 2, 11, 12, 13 like this. You require the Windows Server operating system. Like you require Windows Server or Linux or Unix, like that. First, you require the server operating system and you require at least 30 GB of RAM, 30 GB RAM random access memory, and you require the space. Space could be from 20 GB to 20 TB. It will depend like which software you are going to install and time. It could be from 1.5 hours to 15 days. To install the SAP software, it can take 1.5 hours to 3 days. It will depend which kind of software you are going to install. The size would be 1 TB, 20 GB to 1 TB. Which kind of SAP server software you want to install? Server is a typical part client software. Anybody can install and it's very easy. How to install this software? First, we have to download the software. Download SAP software from support.com SWDC site. But it requires user and password. Only SAP clients can log in into the site and they can download the software. If you are not a SAP client, you cannot download the SAP software. If I just go to this link, support.com SWDC SAP software download. If we can download the installation software support, patches, databases. Suppose I want to install the download, the SAP. It will ask for the user ID and password. It is support.com/cdc. Yes, SWDC software download center SWDC. It is saying that I am not a SAP client. I am a public user. I am a public user. I am a general user. Since I am logging with my ID, it is saying that you are logging with a P user ID, public user ID. Visitors with user IDs means system user ID, which is like no problem. I have already downloaded the software. You have to download these things. You have to download the 4 things. The first thing you have to download, number A, the software installation tool, software. The software installation tool is known as WTM, Software Provisioning Manager. Under here we got a tool name as SAP Inst. This is the tool. With this tool, you are going to install the SAP system. This is the tool. With this tool, we can install the SAP system. Second software what you require. You require software number B. You require kernel. Kernel means executables. Third software, you require database software, DB software. And fourth, you require export. This force media requires SAP software installation tool kernel executables database. The size of this tool is around 1.1 GB. Kernel executable size is around 1 GB. Database software could be from 200 MB, it could be 10 GB. It will depend on which kind of database software you want to install. You want to install Oracle HANA MaxDB. SAP can be installed on any database and export media. Export media size will depend. The size could be from 30 GB to 200 GB. The size of export media. It will depend which kind of SAP software you want to install. You want to install SAP ERP, CRM, SRMS, CMM, what software you want to install. Client installation is very easy. First, I am going to show you how to install the client software. Then, I am going to show you how to install the SAP server. Client installation is very easy. You have to just run the SAP GUI installation. You just have to install the SAP GUI installation executable. It will install that. First, I am going to show you how to install the client software. Client software means a SAP logon. This you can install on many PCs. Suppose I am having 20,000 users on each machine, we will be install the SAP logon. That's why later on, you will be able to connect with this machine to the server and then perform the task. To install this software on the C drive, I have made a folder SAP software. Under SAP software, I have maintained the client software. You can see it is a GUI format. In the GUI format, I will first extract. First, I have to unzip this file. Unzip version I have already. Unzip version is here. After that, I go to the folder. We have Prism. Under Pres 1, we have the GUI graphical user interface windows, and then we can say GUI setup. A SAP GUI. We will double click on this. Then SAP front-end installation will be started. Since it's already installed, let's see what option it is going to give us. Are you able to see what it is written? A SAP front-end installer. This is a client software. SAP GUI for Windows. Suppose you are working with Macintosh machine. In Macintosh machine, you cannot install this software because in Macintosh machine, GUI for Windows will not work. You guys are able to see. We are able to see. There, you cannot install this software. This is for GUI for Windows. It can be installed on Windows machine. Then next. What you want to? For GUI for Mac, do we need to download? Is it? Yes, for GUI, you have two versions here. One is GUI for Windows, another is GUI for Java. In MacBook, you have to install GUI for Java, not GUI for Windows. GUI for Java means that works other than Windows operating system, any operating system. It will work on Windows operating system also. GUI for Java will work on any operating system. GUI for Windows will work only on the Windows operating system. Then you can select option here. SAP GUI option here, and then you can, like it's already installed. Then it is starting installation. It's just like it's a Windows program, a small program. Within 2-3 minutes, it will install. And this software also we have to download from SWDC only. Yes, you can download this software. Hassan, we also downloaded this from SAP, is it? They download it and give it as our support people. NTT people, they downloaded and gave it as. This software is very easy. You have seen it's like Windows software. After this, it is like it will create an icon, SAP logon, and then you can connect to the server. SAP front-end installation is done completely. This was the installation. This is after this. The icon would be SAP logon. I have updated this as SAP GE. Here we can have more. Options are here. It's very complicated, not very complicated, but we have lot of options here. You can see options, We have a lot of files there. Configuration files are there. But we don't have to do too much here. We just have to make a connection. Like we have to make a connection to the server and then we can try to connect to the server. Yesterday I told you we have to give the application server instance number and system ID. These three things we will be able to connect to the server. Here we got SAP GUI. We have multiple servers, multiple client machine. This will be installed on the client machine. This will be installed on multiple places. Like this. This is client PC. Client PC1, PC2, PC3, like computer to computer 3. Here we can install individually. SAP UI software. We can install the SAP GUI software. It's very simple. We can download and we can install it, say like normal SAP GUI program. If you want to copy this software, you can copy it from this location. I have put in the C drive. In the C drive, this software is there. On the C drive is SAP software client software. This is only 1.1. You can upload into your Google Drive and then you can work and play. Because this software you can put in your laptop also. There is nothing requirement here, like minimum RAM or all these things. Now I will show you how to install the SAP server software. But for server software, we must have the tool. We must have kernel. We must have database software. We must have export media. These 4 software are required. Now we will try to install SAP. SAP soft. And here we are going to. First, we have to decide. Before installation, we have to decide what would be my system ID. What would be my instance number? What would be my master password? What would be my master password? Because during installation, it is going to create the user DDIC and SAP star. During installation, it is going to create some users. The password for SAP star and master we have to provide. Before installation, we have to decide what would be our system ID, what would be our instance number, and we have to make sure that we must be having how much RAM. Are you able to see how much RAM required to install the SAP system? 30. I will check. First, we have to check whether I can install the SAP system here or not. How to check what is Windows version? Are you able to see what is the Windows version here? Yes, Windows Server 2016. You cannot install the SAP server software in your Windows 11 or 12 or like that. It cannot be installed. Thus, it can be installed only on the server operating system. Either it's a Windows server or Linux server. And even there is some prerequisite. You cannot install on Windows 2003 server. It could be always installed on Windows 2012 and above servers. These are some prerequisites. Before installation, you have to check the prerequisites, like on which server it can be installed. Normally, it can be installed on later server, but not very old server. You cannot install Windows SAP software on Windows 2003 server. 2003 server, it is not going to support. Even 2008 server, it is not going to support. We have Windows server. Another thing is we can see the memory task manager. In the task manager, we can see. Are you able to see memory? How much RAM I am having on this server? It means it's more than 30 GB. It will not create any. It will not going to. And we have to make. 32 GB is the bare minimum for SAP installation. SAP server installation. This is server installation. This has nothing to do with the database now. Correct. This will be having. We will also install HANADB on this one. Correct. No, we are not going to install the HANADB. HANADB, we are not going to touch. HANADB, we have separate requirement. HANADB cannot be installed more less than 32 GB. HANADB requires 30 GB minimum. Because 32 GB, then only 16 GB can be. 60 GB database size can be there. This is not. We are not going to perform the HANA installation here. This is like SAP installation. SAP installation with other database like MaxDB. We are installing MaxDB, correct? But it can be MySQL also, correct? It could be MySQL. It will depend on the database software. I have downloaded only MaxDB software here. Understood. And this DB software is not licensed from SAP. It's a third-party software, correct? This MaxDB is from SAP itself. MaxDB company is proprietary of SAP itself. But if we let's say have Oracle, we can also install Oracle or SQL. Oracle SQL also we can install. Understood. SAP database will also support PLSQL everything. PLSQL is like the SQL variant from Oracle. We have the database software MaxDB. First, we have to decide what should be our SAD. We have checked our server is. We have make sure that our server is Windows 2016 server. We got. 2, 3 things we have to maintain. What is our server? Do we have RAM enough? We have hard disk. We have CPU enough. And after that, we have to make sure that do we have these softwares like installation tool, executable and export media. I have already downloaded and I have put into this directory. I have put into the server directory. I am having the SVPM. This is the tool. With this tool, we can install the SAP system. A SVPM software provisioning manager. Under this, we are having this option SAP INST. SAP INST to install the SAP software. And we have kernel, we have export media, and we have the database. All media I have already downloaded. Then we can start the installation. But before installation, we have to decide what would be my system ID. System ID is a 3-character name that we have to give. What is your company name? I make our system ID GHC because it's a 3-character. I will make our system ID's GHC instance number I will make. Maybe instance number. I will make 1010 master password. I am going to tell India 7575. This information during installation I will give. During installation of SAP system, this information I will give. SAP will create a GHC system with instance number 10 and will create the user data IC and SAP start. Password would be India7575. After installation, we can log in and we can check all the things. These were the prerequisites. Now we will start the installation. Installation will take some time. Installation can take 1 hour to 3 days also. It will depend on which kind of SAP installation you are going to do. I am going to do only for the basis only. I go to SBPMST. This is the SAP part. We are going to run this tool. Under what circumstances it will take more than 2 days or 3 days. It will depend on the which kind of software you are going to install. You are going to install the IDS, which will be having the dummy data. The dummy data will be 2200 G, 300 GB. The more data it will be having, the more time it is going to take. Because here we are not having any data here. We are just creating a like software. We are just installing the software. Software installation will not take much time. But suppose the company is installing the ECC S4HANA IDS version, then it is going to take long time. I am going to start the SAP INST. Now it is starting the installation. If suppose your company is not able to do the installation, like companies can take the service from SAP itself to provide the installation. Do you know how much SAP charge for installation of SAP system? You mean the SAP partners or SAP itself directly? SAP itself also. Like suppose some customers are new into SAP area. They do not have the services. They can upgrade. They can upgrade service also from SAP. SAP provide these services also. But SAP services are very expensive because I was working in SAP. I come to know for European reasons they charge fixed price minimum. They charge 50,000 euro for installation. For installation upgrade, that would be not one installation. They will do installation for the development system, quality system, and production system. They will install the 3-4 systems they are going to install. You are able to see we are having software provisioning. First we have to what it is written. Are you able to see an orange color? Welcome to a SAP installation. Yes, welcome to SAP installation. What do you want to install? You want to install SAP NetWeaver. You want to install Business Suite. Yesterday we discussed about the Business Suite. Under Business Suite, what you want to install? You want to install SAP ERP Supply Chain Management, Supply Relationship Management, SRM. You have to select the option from here. But if we are going to install the ERP, we have to select this option. If I try to install the ERP system, we must require the export media. Export media will be required and the export media size would be 30 to 40 GB and the installation time would be 10 to 20 hours. I am not going to install the ERP or any other software. I am going to install the NetWeaver. You can see here the installation is the same. NetWeaver is basically the other name for SAP Basis. SAP Basis comes under NetWeaver. NetWeaver is platform to run the NE. Even ECC will also be having the NetWeaver. Every SAP application is running on NetWeaver. Here, we are not going to have the business data. Business data. NetWeaver is the platform. Yes, AP platform to run the business. Here we are selecting NetWeaver 7.5, selected the database. Our database is MaxWay SAP system. We want to install the ABB system. Here we can install the standard distributed high availability. And where is option for HANA in this? Let's say HANA is there also. SAP HANA database. But before installing, you have to install the HANA database separately. In a database, you have to install separately. While MaxV installation is not separately because MaxDB is very small database. It is only 200-300 MB database. It is not required separate installation. SAP system standard system. I just want to install the standard. I don't want to make as a high availability or disaster recovery site. We can make the disaster recovery site also. Like primary site is in Qatar, secondary site is in Jeddah or third site is in US. We can make like that also. Sanjay, installation of database should be done to separate server. It could be on separate server or it could be running on the same server also. Like here. The database software. DB software can running on the same machine or it could be on different machine also. Both are possible DB. Both scenarios possible. SP software you can install on one machine or database. Both are running in same machine. Then it is known as centralized. And if it is on different machine, then it is known as distributed. Got it is possible. In our case, we are using both on running on the same machine. Got it. Now it is saying we have selected centralized. Everything should be running on this one. We have only one server in this server. I want to install everything. Then we have to define the parameter typical custom. Typical means it is going to ask the important parameters. We don't want to give each and every parameter. If you want to give each and every parameter, you can select the second option custom. We want to just give the important parameters. We have selected the typical mode here. What it is saying? What it is asking? Are you good? That what we have decided, what we should make as episode. G. Sanjay, this is D is the system where you define. Like it's a development or a QA server or production server. Is it that's the city? Yes. SEDI. Under SEDI, you are having the different types of client roles, system roles with the settings. You can decide whether it would be a production system, quality system, and testing system. In the production system, you make the settings. That system can. Data cannot be changed. That is a production system. According to the settings you can configure, it's whether it's a production system, quality system, and development system. First, we have to install the system. Like in your case, I just give one example, a GHC. Like most of the companies, they are having the three systems. How they are going to make the three systems? They are going to make like this. This would be your development system. This would be your quality system. This would be your production system. Again, got it. Again, it could be further categorized for ERP system, for CRM system. For ERP system, the naming would be like this. For ERP system, the naming would be like development. GED is your development system. This is your quality system. GP is the production system for ERP. Or they use GCD. This system is for GCP. GCP is for CRM system. You are now able to relate the things. We can relate. What are the IDs are there? Thanks. Then it is saying that whether you are working in a domain, you are having any domain. Domain means dot, comma or dot, net or dot. We don't have any domain. We don't select this option. Then it is asking for the kernel media. Or kernel media is this one. Or kernel media is under here. Kernel. I will give the location of this media to this directory. Where is our media is located? I will give the location to the kernel. Where is kernel located? We have given CD. Now it is asking for the kernel. Now you can see on the downside, it is extracting the exe files from the kernel file. Java, lot of DLO files, JVM, PDB, lot extraction is going on. It is trying to extract the different kinds of files from the kernel. Kernel means executables to run the installation. Now it is asking for the password. Now I will give the password India7575. Why we have to give the password during installation. It is going to create the different kind of users. It is going to create SAP star DDC. Because after installation, you want to log in into the SAP system. To log in into the SAP system, you require the password. This is the password that we have to give. I am giving India7575 as a password. It is very simple procedure. Installation can be done by anyone. It is very simple procedure. You can select the what things required and you just require the 4 media. The 4 media is this one. You require software as WPM kernels, database software and export media. It had asked for the kernel. Now it will. It is going to ask for the database software and export media. It is asking for the database ID. We will make the database ID is also same GHC. It is also possible that we can keep different ID also, but normally we should keep as the same. Database. Host is the host name of the server, is it? Yes, where the database is running. Suppose if database is running, this is server A, and this is server B. Nabal was asking the whether we are going to run on the same machine or different machine. If we are running on the database software on different machine during installation of SAP software, we have to point that database software is running on server B. It can connect to the database and it can provide the things. During installation, we are getting some warning message that some prerequisite is not made because due to high availability, we do not want to set up our cluster setup. We are not going to. It is. This condition is not for high availability system. We just want our system as a normal system. Now it is asking further. What software it is asking? Are you able to read what it is written here? It is going to ask relational database management software, MaxDB. MaxDB software is here, server database MaxDB. I am referring to here. Here we have the label as file. In the label as file, we have complete information. The media location. I just go there and then point here next. Now what is it is asking last? Are you able to read what it is saying? Installation export. It is asking for the export. The we have selected the options. We are defining the parameters like what would be our CD, what would be the password, where is the location of media. Under media, we want to give the kernel database software and export media. And let us see after that. We have enough C drive and D drive. We are having 8050 GB free C drive, 37.4 GB speed. Now, this is just we have to do next. We cannot do the deep pooling. The cluster table, you can have clustering table that was earlier available. In this version, we do not have the cluster tables. We do not have to do anything. It is by default disabled. We have to do next. Then it is asking for the SLD. SLD is a system landscape directory. If you want to connect your SAP system to the SLD. What? Here we are having a lot of SAP systems. Most of the companies, they have one Solman. Solman gets the data from SLD system landscape directory. During installation, if you want to connect to the SLD, you can connect to the SLD. You can provide the connection to the SLD system landscape directory, and SLD is connected to the Solman, and Solman can be used for incident management, root cause analysis, change request management, quality gate management, and other things. If your landscape have existing SLD, you can provide the SLD detail. We do not have SLD, we can say no SLD destination next. It is saying that secure storage, individual key, where the data will be, you want to store as a secure with individual key or default key. I am selecting the default key. Whatever the key is there to encrypt the data it can use. We have selected with the default key. Are you able to see the point number 3? What it is written? Summary means it is like whatever the input we have given, like we have given the GFC. If you want to change now, you can change it revise. But this is the last point here, and then we can do next. Now the installation began. Now 10:22 am, the servers are located in US. Now we can take the time, 10:22. Now the process getting started. Now the installation process started. Let's see how much time it will take. It is going to install. It is going to create the user install everything. The process got started. We don't have to do anything. We just have to monitor whether any step we got stuck. Then we can check the log file, log location. It will going to give us there. We can check the log if anything is missing. But if you are going to do proper planning, you will never ever get any kind of problem. But if you don't do planning well, you will going to get a lot of problems. Planning means you have decided that you have enough memory C, PU, Windows version. You have set up the file system. All these things you have made. Then there will be no problem. The installation gets started. Installation is now going to be started. This was the SAP installation. After installation, what will happen after installation? We will log in into the SAP system. We will in the SAP GUI. After installation, what we have to do after installation? Apply license. Apply the license key. Log in software installation. Log in with type star or DDIC. After installation, log in into SAP system with SAP star DDIC user in London 1 client. Apply the license, take backup. You have to perform a lot of things there. Those things we will see later on. First, we are going to see how to install the SAP system. Installation is going on. As per our agenda, today we are going to discuss about SAP installation and how to start to stop the SAP system. The installation is going on for GSC system. Now we will see how to start to stop the SAP system. We have one SAP system. What is our SAP system? Also SAP system is, now we have another SAP system, that is TR. We have TRN system and you are able to connect through SAP GUI. Yes, SAP. Now I want to shut down this SAP system. I want to stop this SAP system, TRN system. We are having TRN database also. We are having TRN SAP system as well as TRN database. Now we are connected through SAP GUI to this server and then we can start and stop. Now we want to start and stop the TRN system. That is our topic, how to start and stop the TRN system. To start and stop the TRN system, you have to log in into the server. Log in into server using CyberBrainer user ID. To start and stop SAP system, you have to log in with the CyberADM user ID and then you have two options for Windows system. It is very simple. You can use SAP MMC tool, Microsoft Management Console, and then you can start to stop graphical start to stop. Now you can see, and if you don't have Windows operating system, you are going to use Unix operating system, then you can Unix operating system. In Unix operating system, you can do putty and try to connect, and then you can execute the command stop SAP, start SAP. Now we will see the installation is going on. Let it be running. First, we are going to see our SAP system is running or not running. TRN system is running. TRN system is running or not running? Running because you are able to connect to the system. Yes, it's running. It's running. I'm logging into the server. Now we can get this SAP Management Console as PMMC. Here I can see SAP system. Are you able to see TRN system here? TRN system is visible. Yes. Now I want to stop this TRN system. Click here, stop. Are you able to see? I want to stop SAP system stop. Soft. Hard means immediately stop the system. Soft means whatever the task is going on, it will first complete all the tasks. If I am going to say hard, then it is asking for the user ID and password, which not everyone like now. If you are going to start and stop, you will not be able to do. What are the cases why you need to restart the service? Yes, if you have changed some parameter requires the restart. Some parameter requires the restart. You have some parameter in a SAP system that you have changed those parameters. Those parameters require you have to restart the system. You want to upgrade your operating system. You require restart of your operating system. Restart of the system. There could be multiple cases. You want to upgrade your server. You want to upgrade your operating system because AP is the application that is running on a particular operating system. If you want to upgrade your operating system, you have to shut down and restart the application also. And suppose you change some parameter, that parameter requires the restart of the system. In that case also, we have to restart. I'm going to use the ID turn. Turn is my Sadan ID. This is the user ID. Asset ID and password is. I am not giving the password because later on you will be having GHC system. GHC system you can start and stop. This I will keep with myself because otherwise at least one system will be there. Sanjay, I am using user 3. Am I allowed to restart the service as well? You are not able to restart because to restart the SAP system, what user ID you require? Are you able to see what user ID you require? What is it? What is ID here? SAD is equal to. You require the user ID to ADM. You cannot do. You will not be, and not everyone is going to start. Otherwise it will be completely hinged. You are again. I am stopping. You are also stopping. Somebody else also stopping. Then it is completely inconsistent. The system. Now our system is down. It is grayed out. You are able to see grayed out. Now you can try to connect to the server using SAP GUI. Are you able to connect to the Tian server? What message you are getting? Are you getting this kind of message? Yes, I'm getting the same error message. It means server is not up. Server is down. Server is down. This is a stop. To start the system, we can do and perform the start also. What happens when we are going to start and stop? What is the sequence? This is the sequence. It reads profile. Locate it under. Under this profile, we are having the profile directory. This we are having start profile and default profile. Default profile. Everything is mentioned there, like how the SAP system is going to read, how to start. Everything is mentioned there. If these profile files got corrupted, your system will not be able to start. Everything is mentioned there. When we are going to start the SAP system, there would be a program. The program will be called. This program will read this profile file and going to restart the SAP system. What is this profile file we can see now? We can go to use our SAP CD. SAD says under profile. We are having default profile. We are having the instance profile. If we open this instance profile with Notepad, the complete information is given how the SAP system is going to start. It is going to start the program known. It is going to call this program as SAP CPE. A SAP CPE program is going to run and it is going to start the ABAP database. Are you able to see? This is not like what is happening in the background. When we started a start, it is going to call this program SAP CPE. A SAP CPE is going to call another program. This .dbs.cmd program. It is starting the database. Then it is going to start the dispatcher. It is going to start the work process. This is in detail information how the system is going to start. When we execute this command, it is going to call SAP CPE program. Then SAP CPE program is going to start database. Then it is going to start the dispatcher. Then it is going to start the work process and then system will be. In this way it is going to start. But we don't have to do anything. We had just gone through there and we have stopped. Now I'm going to start. Now we cannot access. Again, I'm going to show you we cannot access our Tian system. When I double click here, it is still showing the server is not reachable. The server is not reachable because we have shut down our server. Now we can see the status also here. It is great. It is great. Great means it is not running. Now I'm going to start again. It will take 2-3 minutes to start the SAP system. Mesa server and NQ server got started. Now it is starting the database. Database is running now. It is starting the dispatcher work process. Gateway IXCM. But some processes are yellow. It's still not up. It is still starting. We can try now. This time we are getting some hanging situation. We are not getting the direct error message, but we are getting the hanging situation because our start process isn't running. It is saying that connecting to the Tian server. Now everything is green. Everything is green. We can see it here. Everything is green. Are you able to see? Now we are able to log in into the SAP system. We can log in with the user ID and password like DDI. We can now log into SAP system. This is the start and stop of the SAP system. Very simple and very complicated also. If you don't know the background, it is very complicated. If you know the things, it's very simple. You won't believe I tell a true story about the start and stop when I started my career in SAP Basis. I was working with a company, CSSC Computer Science Corporation in Noida. And I have to start the SAP system. And I was not having much experience. Around 2 years experience I was having at that time. To start the SAP system, it took me around 4 hours. It took 4 hours. And since it was a development system, not too much load. If it was a production system, you can think about that. Maybe I got terminated from the company. Because production system, nobody can wait for 4 hours. Since it was a development system, only few developers are going to work there. Not much because I was doing the wrong things. These files got corrupted. Due to this corruption, even I was not knowing the sequence. I made more corruption in the system. And then later on I read a lot of documents and then I could be able to solve the problem. But the whole process took a very long time. If you know the process, then it's very, very simple. And even there could be a problem, then you can solve that problem within a few minutes rather than several hours. You installed new SAP MMC. Not MNC would be there under MNC. Most of the companies, they don't have SAP MMC. In most of the companies, SAP system is not running on Windows. SAP system always run on Unix operating system. A SAP system always runs on Unix operating system. You have to go to the command prompt and you have to stop using this command start SAP and log in with this user ID, SIDA user ID. You can check the file on this location. Because you must be having very good knowledge whether this file content is corrupted or somebody deleted, whether the services are up and running or not running. You have to check. As I said, in my case it was some profile. These files got corrupted. Somebody else, or maybe somebody intentionally manipulated those files, or maybe due to some program these files got corrupted. We copied those files from the quality system. We replaced with the SID. Whatever the SID was there, we replaced with that SID, and then it got started. This was now. Our installation is still going on. We started at 10:22. Now it is 10:4. 18. It will not take much time. I think within 1 hour it will install the SAP system. Now import is running. Import monitor jobs running. 5 waiting, 1 completed, 23 failed, 0, total 29 jobs are there. It is importing the ABA programs. This is the very lengthy step. This is the time-consuming step. In our case, it is not going to take much time, but if it is a ERP system, IDES system, then it is going to take much time. Now you can see as I shared you one book yesterday. I shared you as a one book yesterday. If I go to that book, Practical Basis, the thing is given here, how to start SAP system, stop SAP system, and fundamentals of SAP system administration, system administrator task. What is a basis consultant you have to do? You have to keep the system in good working condition, user administration, authorization administration, transport, background job. All these things we are going to cover. First we are going to like yesterday we started and today we have installed the SAP system. Tomorrow we are going to do the user administration, authorization, transport background, job administration, server administration, monitoring, printing, processing, and then we will start the application. Starting and stopping SAP system. Installation is only one time. Installation may be done somebody 10 years, 20 years back. Now, due to some maintenance activities, you have to start to stop. Start to stop is a very regular activity. Maybe you are going to take the offline backup. For offline backup, you have to stop the system. Start to stop, you can read in detail. I have explained here. But if you want to study, you can study in detail here. And with the screenshot, you can study in detail here. How to start the SAP system, which is the user ID. This is the screen. What are the how the sequence, which process is going to run, which process is going to stop. We can see all these things. SAP Basis, admin is responsible in assigning and creating access roles. A basis consultant is responsible for creating and granting the roles. We are going to cover how to create roles, how to grant roles. Also, we will cover but some organization it's different, some organization. SAP consultant is not responsible for a start like this one. It will depend on organization to organization. Some organization we have separate security consultant. Some organization basis and security work is done by the basis consultant. Toilet is running, what you can do. I am going to give you one exercise. In that exercise, you are going to perform some like familiarity with your SAP system. I'm going to give you one exercise. You are going to log in into the TRN system. You are going to create a favorite. You are going to run the reports. I'm going to assign some tasks to you guys. You will get more familiarity with the SAP system. Yesterday I have given you one exercise. There you perform some tasks. Now I'm going to give you one exercise. First you have to log into SAP system, log into TRN system. First, you have to log in into the TRN system with your user ID with password India7575 and then put Sulevant code in favorite. Put Sulevant code in the favorite list, no need to remember it. Change. Increase the font size of SAP, log on to see better. You want to increase the font size because maybe you are using some specs and you want to do some personalization. Run report trust people using code say 38. Browse table 1000 using SC 16000 table contain all the codes. Then these are the end run codes. How to see the help, how to perform the different tasks in. To get more familiar with the system, you can use this until the installation is going on. Installation is still running. It is going to take some time. You can perform this activity in this activity. I'm going to show you, then you have to perform this activity. You are able to see my screen, guys. Yes, I'm going to put U1 because no need to remember all the T codes. First, I'm going to show you here. This is the favorite list. Are you able to see the favorite here? I want to add one P code here. I can insert the transaction code Sulu1. Don't no need to remember the code next time onwards. I can go here and I can go to the favorite list. Suppose I am using 1020 T codes. I can come here and I can run the code directly. I don't have to remember. And again I can go and come here for execute. Second, increase the size of font of SAP logo. Now I am seeing some font here. Now it is in the different font. I want to increase the font. I can go to options here. Options font setting. This is Courier New 11. I want to make it 16. Now it is. Again, log off and log in again. Exit and then. Again, log into the SAP system. Now you are able to see it is increased able to identify the difference. Now the font has been increased. Now it is more, bigger and it is for me only. It is individual thing. It is not global thing. I did it for myself like user 1 has done. User 2 will not be impacted. User 3 will not be impacted. It is an individual thing. And I want to run a report program RSPFPA. There could be several P programs. Custom programs will started with Z and Y. We can run execute. I am running a program. This will show all the parameters. It is going to show me all the parameters which is available in SAP system. I can see the output of this particular report. This is the output of our report. SC16 data browser. Now the table name is T000. These are the T codes to access different kinds of to access any table. We use SC16 T code to run a report. We use S838 T code. Now I want to see how many T codes are there. Number of entries. Not this one. This does not contain the table T code. We have to check which table contain all the T code. This table contain client. This table contain client. We have only two client and TSTC. TSTC table contain the T codes. TSTC table contain all the T code. You can see how many clients are there. We have seen two clients, Zozo and Zozo1. Now if I type SU, then I don't do. I type SU star. It will show me the SU related T codes. S is Zozo1 to maintain the user display. 2 phony, set on 2. What is the different T codes and what are the meaning total? How many T codes are there? We can see number of entries here. What is the difference between this one? If I type in X or if I type in AND? Any ND will ask the confirmation. Any ND exit with confirmation message. And /O for open initiation. /N. Now run some 50 T code and check the status. I'm not able to understand what is the meaning of waiting. What is the meaning of running? What I can do? I can type function F1. Function F1 will give me the help. Function F1 will give me the help. In case of any problem, if I'm not able to understand a particular section, then I can type function F1. Function F1 has given me a help screen. Are you able to see this help screen? We have different status, waiting, running on hold, completed, shutdown, standby. Then we can understand what is the status of the work processes. How to run the T code and the code to your favorite list. You can do some personalization, running a report, how to browse the table. Run the T code with different options and F1 key to see the help, to get the help from us. Can you show us how to run a report? How to run a report? To run a report, we have to go transition code SA38 to run a T code and miss. I want to override existing transaction SA38. Report name, you have to type the report name, then execute button. This is the execute button. I don't know what I do this up reports. If you don't know the report, then what then? If you know the first name, like ask kind of thing, you type ask. It is going to give the report help kind of thing automatically. Stay away to display all the list of report, and then from the list of the report I can determine what is the program name. You must aware about, otherwise if you don't know what to run them, why you are running, then if you are not able to recall, then recall thing. You can see it from here. Like I said, it was in the name of the report. That's why it came, or as a 38 will show all the list of all the reports. SA13 is a T code to run the report. SA30 is a T code to run the report. Then you have to specify the report name. There could be thousands of reports. Even the above developer can develop a new report also. Because there are instances that I don't. I want to check if there is an existing report regarding to this of users or this of existing report that is already in the system. If I was able to display all the list of all the reports available in the system. Yes, this is possible. If you just type the star, then you can see all the reports. Yes, you can see thousands of reports. You can see here, this is showing only 200 hits beginning. You can further like in the selection criteria you can set, and then you can see all the. How can we export these records? Report to possible. Yes, everything is possible. This is screen. This is screen. You are showing. I wanted to export those records. Whatever is screen. In the program, we type the star and it will show all the names. I type star. Then execute. Because here you have to specify the report name. Here the report name. But if you want to see all the reports from here when you are going to search, this is the search window. In search window, they have restricted for 200 entries. Otherwise, there are thousands of reports there. They will what we say, they will come. They will they will reduce the system performance also. You must know the report. I got your point. You want to display all the reports. Yes, I'm Jaggy. Yes, ask user. 200 to display all the users list of users according to the password chain. We can execute this report. This report will show all the users who have logged into the system. 6. You want to display all the reports to see the table. We know C16 is a P code. To see the table, we can go to C16. We can type PIR, PRDR. That can be this table contain all the reports. Let's see PR. Number of entries. How many reports are there? It will show first. There are thousands of reports. There are million, 1.5 million. This is very small system. If it is an actual system, then it is. I take the report with starting with RS. I just type ASA S star and then execute. It is going to show me the reports with starting with RS. Are you able to see? Now you want to take the export. That is your question. You want to put into the Excel sheet or something like that. You can go to set format list. You can save list, the L format text file with the unconverted with tabs. Then you can look. Save it to look. Then you can generate. Whatever you are seeing here, you can do the report. The table name is PRDR. PRDR table contains. Report. You can go to SC16 decode and SC16 decode. You can type PRDR and then you can see all the reports in a system. Everything is possible. If you know these things, you know which table contains. You know SC16. We can see that table browser and from there you can see the report and then in SC38 you can run it. Now we will see our SAP installation is done or not done. Let's see. Still learning. We started at 10:02. Now it's 11:14. Almost 50 minutes has been passed. Still learning. Some activities create DDLL views, restart instance activate. It will take some time, 10-15 minutes, and then it will get installed. Any query? For yesterday's session and today's session, you come to know the SAP overview, how to log in into a system, how to start to stop out, install the SAP system. Just if you can, please quickly once again show in the MMC how we can start stop. In MMC, you can open SAP MMC. You can select the system. What is system here? Pirana is our system. Click here. Start to stop option is here. We can stop and start, but to start and stop you require a user ID. Like suppose I want to stop. Once it is stopped, we will see the status as it is stopped. Yes, the color will be changed. It is now green, then the color will be gray. Suppose when we stop, then let's say there are hundreds of users who are logged in. They will get some alert message on their G. They will be logged out immediately when you shut down. They will be kicked out from the system. They will get a message. Error message. They will be not able to connect whatever they were doing. Everything will be lost. If you have not saved anything, they will also lost back and forth. Has to be done with maybe prior approval of the downtime. Yes, prior approval of the downtime. And you have to raise a message also like suppose, what is the time now? Now the time is 11:15 US time. I'm talking as the server time. You can see I want to shut down the system now. Suppose after 10 minutes, I want to shut down the system. First I'm going to raise a message. SMZO2 is a T code where we can raise a message. I am going to write a message. SM02 is for advisory. SM202 is for writing a message to everyone. I have written a message. Did you receive this message? You received my message. You received my message like, hi friends. We are shutting down the system in next 20 minutes and we can mention the exact time. They can save the things and they can plan accordingly or they can like. Whenever we have to perform the activities, maintenance activities, we have to inform everyone also in this message. Message. I send this message. Now this we are installing the GSC system. After installation of GSC system, you guys are going to connect with the GSC system and you are going to start and stop the GSC system. I am not going to give you the credential of the system, but I am going to give you the GSC system and then I will ask any one of you to start and stop the GSC system first. Let it installed. After installation, what you have to do, you have to make a connection. Log in into GSC system. How to log in into the GSC system? First, in SAP UI, we have to make some settings. You have to make the new entry, and in the entry, what you have to type? You have to type the application server. You have to type instance number, and you have to type system ID system. System ID would be GSC. There is no problem. Instance number would be what would be the instance number? Instance number would be 03, maybe application server. Application server would be localhost or IP address, the IP address. This was the IP address. After installation in SAP Logan Pad, you have to make this new entry. We can make this new entry application server and then you have what the user ID and password login into the GSC system. What would be the user ID at that time? Your user ID would not be this one. You have to log in with DDIs with password India 7575 and then you have to. And this password and username is what we define at the time of setup, correct? We have not defined the username. Username is by default. This is the default user But this password we have defined master password. This password is the master password like what we have a SA in SQL, correct? No, this is not the master password. This is the user like SA user password we can define here. The master is any abbreviation, Sanjay. Did it make data dictionary on data dictionary? And how if you want to reset the password for master admin, how we can change it later on, you can change. You can log in with DDIs. You log in. After that, you can change it like here. I am logging with ICANN. I can also change it from SU1 Z1 as user, well, like now. Azure, I am logging here with user ID DDIC. Now I want to change the password as user1. I can type DDIC, change the password here. Change password, new password, and then password. I can mention this password can be changed going forward. It's like there is no impact. We change the password like service or something like not like that. This is the application user. This is the application user, some operating system user, some OS user like GHC ADM will be created. And then you can log in. Log in directly from this user ID also you can log into this server using this ID GSCA daemon ID with password India sen 575 during installation. I understand different accounts. I was just asking in the application if we change the main application. There is an application. This is the password. Only impact client. The users are specific to the client because you are logging into Zarin1 or the other Zanrin. Now you see here I am logging into which client whenever I am going to make a connection. I am going to log in into which client Zarin1. This DDIC we will not use for any service kind of client. It's a user actions like, for example, Windows. You have some service. We use the login usernames. This is not the Windows account operating. No, I'm not asking Windows account like in the SAP. In the SAP, where are we going to any? Any service is related to the application users, password details that we can do and everything. DDIC is a master user. We can perform all the activities. It is having a SAP, all full authorization. You can perform all the activities in but the user IDs are specific to a client, like here. Like your user ID is created for, can you log in into Zazen client? Now my question is, you can try just now. You will get the better understanding. Please try to log in within. I'm asking you, please log in into Tian system 1000 client with your user 1 to 4. Please try, then you will get a clear understanding. Please log into your system 1001 with your user 1 to 4. We are logged in already. I'm already logged in. No, that's why you are making a mistake. You try to log in. You tried. With DDIC or with user 2. I am saying, please read this sentence, log into Tian system 1000 client with your user 1 to 4. We logged in with user 4. I logged in with my user 4. But he is saying Zal100. I mean instance ordered. No, that is instant. Dal100 is client is. When you open it comes Dal100 only. That's why you are making a mistake. Whether it's a 1001, it is coming. I was trying to change it to sorted. Yes. That's why I am asking you, can you make it to Zorhanjan and you can log in with your user ID? And then I think it will not work because you gave access to only Zalazin, I think. Yesterday I explained. The client is an administrative unit. You are the user for. No, you will not be able to log in because your password is incorrect. Because there is no user ID. Because there is no user ID, there is no user ID of yours. How you are going to see these things? Now I am going to show you. But in 1000 client who can log in. Didic user can. Didic can use. Didic always has to be logged in using client Solanzan, is it? No Didic can. No Didic can use any client. Any class. And master password. Didic is like assay password. You can log in like anything. Let me write it down. Didic and then I can log in with. It's like administrator password. Like OS administrator. No OS is different. This is application. Tomorrow we will going to discuss about the user and authorization. There you will get more idea. Now I am logging into. Doesn't. I have two windows. One window I am. You can see what it is written here. Are you able to see what it is written here? And now I have two clients now. And I am going to run a report. I am going to demonstrate how many users are there. Ask the 200. This report shows how many users are there. I am going to run this report. Are you able to see the users here? How many users are there in clients all-in-one? For 6 users. SAP star. User treatly. These users I have created. Who created details? When created yesterday. Yesterday. Yesterday I have created your IDs. Yesterday I have created it. Now I run the same report in the Outran. Client. Program. Ask. How many users are there? DDI sense AP star. Start. These are the two default users are there. SAP star is for special purpose. That is default user. And these users if we want to. If you want to change the access rights, is it possible? Access everything we will discuss tomorrow, day after tomorrow. There are a few different users we are having, like how the profile is going to work. We can change everything. We can change like here if I go to Su01. You ask me, I'm just going to show you DDIC. Then edit. But here the file is. Here what it is written here. All system. All system authorization. If I don't want to give all system authorization, I can change. Also, I have predefined authorization several thousand. We can create our own authorization as per our company policy. Very good information that, without any problem, we are able to install our SAP system. Are you able to see what is the message it is getting? Execution of an completed successfully. Our system got installed. It means our GSC system got installed. We can see in SAP MMC, our GSC system is up and running or not running. We open SAP MMC. SAP system. Now in this server I have two. SAP system is running. One is TR, another is GHC. Are you able to see? GSC is running. And the instance number is 02. The instance number is 0. 2 is written outside here. To 2 means instance number. Whenever we are making a connection, I have to type like this. You can log in into SAP, log on pad and make the new entry. Please log in into the SAP logon pad. I may try to make entry and try to log in into the SAP system. 5 minutes for this. Add new. Add new entry with application server localhost. Application server, IP will be same. IP same, or you can type localhost also localhost. Localhost instance number 02. System ID still only. System ID C. System ID G. GC is coming. Now if I log in. Client is 001 for GSC also. Username is still not there. Client is 001. We have to go to the logon pad and everyone is able to create a connection to the GSC system. Yes, it's connecting. Connecting, but username not working. User brought. Let me check application server localhost. Localhost. Localhost instance number 022 system ID GSC. User ID IC password. 7575 your user. ID will not work. DDIC default user will work. You have. That's why I mentioned here. You have to log in with DDIC user ID, DDIC and password India7575 because during installation we have given India7575 as a password. We are now able. After that you got the license. Expiration license will be expiring in the 90 days. Back and continue with this logon and end any other logins in the system. Is it? It's giving me some message. User DDIC is already locked on client. It is already locked on. Simultaneously, we can log in the same username, can be logged into multiple sessions. It can be possible, but sometime it is like initial system, it is not with the DDIC, maybe not can be or not used, but other users can be. I'm going to create a user ID. I'm going to create a user ID GSC user with all you guys. You can log in with GSC user. I'm now creating a GSC. After installation, we have to perform lot of things after installation. We have to apply the license. We have to configure the system. Lot of things are there. This is the first time when we are running the software. That's why it is taking very long time. It is saying that no default company has been maintained. No company. You have installed the software, but for which company it is working? I'm just going to mention it's a GSC. GSC company name is our GSC. This software is only for GSC company. I'm creating a company. Also, we can set the company name, company location, company name, company address, company country. Country is Kuberta. All the countries are mentioned here. What is the cup? What is the time zone? Yours is not Kuwait. What is the Kuwait? Qatar is different country, Kenya. Time zone. You can set the time zone and only the country is mandatory. Time zone is also not mandatory. We have to fill that time zone also. Time zone minus how much? Plus 2. Plus 3. Plus 3. Plus 3. Yes. If you see we just go down, maybe it will be there. It's not in order. Iraq has no problem. Plus 3s. Know this when we will see the time zone. Iraq is not valid in country. We need to use Riyadh. Saudi would be there. Saudi or Kuwait also you can use. Because when we are setting the time zone, our server time will be according to this time zone only. Now, if I go to system status, now I can see in the system status is going to show the Qatar time. Whenever you are going to log in and check the time zone. Now, Qatar time is how much? Qatar time is 14:41 now, 14 for now. It is still. It is taking the time of this system. That's why it is not taken the. It's taking the US time. System time, it is taking the US time. The time is here and time. This is the Central European time. Europe is 7:41. Here I can mention. I'm creating a common user for everyone in this system. GSC user and I will give the password India7575. When I make a user like service user can be used by many users. Service user can be used by many users. After that, I save this information. Now I have created a user ID GSC user that you can use to log in with password India7575. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.